Do you love the Indominus Rex? Or do you hate it? Well, this is why I think this is the best apex predator, Jurassic World Saga. Yeah, so guys, the Indominus Rex, excuse me if I waffle on, because this is completely unscripted, and I'm just sort of just going with the flow and just blagging. So back in 2015, Jurassic World aired and came out, and we saw the Indominus Rex for the first time. Now, before that, there was the Diabolus Rex. Diabolus Rex? Can't remember what it was, a stupid name. It's probably why I didn't keep it. That was the concept version of the Indominus Rex with a slightly different design. It looked really cool. Not gonna lie, I thought it was great. But what we got, I thought was actually really good. And one thing I love about the Indominus Rex is the fact that it looks like a real animal. Like, it doesn't actually look like a hybrid. It looks like a very big Allosaurus. So if they were going for a realistic animal, to forget the opposable thumbs and, you know, the bulletproof skin, I'll get to this later. But as an actual animal, like design wise, I think it looks like a real animal. So it's a very plausible creature to be an actual dinosaur as part of the Jurassic World franchise. Now, if you take a look at the one from Camp Cretaceous, that thing is just, it looks like a child has designed it. It's great as a hybrid. It looks like a hybrid, but the Indoraptor, I think, was a very perfect mix of weird and the Indominus. So I kind of feel like the Indominus Rex really should have been the end product, because its design looks the finished article, whereas, you know, the Indoraptor had like little twitches and all that sort of stuff, and the one from Camp Cretaceous, the Scorpius Rex, was just the weirdest design ever. Just looked all over the place, elongated legs, like perfect for a cartoon type villain. So this is why I'm going to talk about why the Indominus Rex is the best apex predator of the whole lot. Okay, so we're going to go back to the roots. Jurassic Park. The T-Rex was the scary one in the first film, and it was all we knew as fans. It was all anyone knew as the general audience. It was the biggest dinosaur. It was shot in like dark and rain, and it was just not a nice environment. So that already added to the fear factor. You've also got in the Lost World, there's two T-Rexes, the main villains, and then Jurassic Park 3, the Spinosaurus comes along as something new. Now, the Spinosaurus was given like a very, the nature of the animal looked like it was really annoyed all the time, like, forgive me, but like a female during the time of the month, if you know what I mean. So do forgive me for that one, but it was just on hormone central, that Spinosaurus. It's definitely injected with something that made it just chase these humans, which in the grand scheme of things was like a pathetic amount of food when you think about it, when there's like an island full of dinosaurs and he wants to just kill these little people, which is like having a bag of chips. Do you know what I mean? It seems silly, but anyway. But in terms of the nature of the animal, it was the most aggressive creature that we'd had up until this point. Jurassic Park 1, the T-Rex was aggressive, but it had nothing else to be sort of competitive with. In the Lost World, we saw two T-Rexes that were defending their territory, showing behaviour, things like that. So Jurassic Park 3 came along and tried to dethrone the T-Rex, as we know, and showed it in a very over-the-top aggressive nature. So obviously we got to sit with this Spinosaurus for such a long time, known as the most aggressive apex predator. Now, we jump to 2015 when Jurassic World comes out, and we have this brand new creature, the Indominus Rex, which is, you know, made up of multiple creatures. You've got the Velociraptor and the T-Rex being the main genomes. It's definitely got Giganotosaurus in it. You can tell by the skull shape, and more so with the scales. Obviously, given hindsight, now we've seen Dominion, you can see because of the build of the Giganotosaurus in that. I think it would have been a really good idea. Now, hear me out on this. Tell me what you think. It would have been a good idea if in Jurassic World we had the Giganotosaurus as the main villain, and then that's when we went into eventually getting the hybrid that we actually wanted as the Indominus Rex in the third film, or maybe even the second film. But obviously I know the stories would have gone completely different the wrong way. But I'm just thinking, because I feel like it almost feels like an afterthought now. Whereas I think it would have been a great little build-up to the Giganotosaurus, where the Indominus came from, having that Giganotosaurus genes, you know. But anyway, back on to where we're talking about. So the Indominus Rex, let's talk about its characteristics, right? So it was 50 feet long. So even Henry Wu said, bigger than the T-Rex. And so it's slightly longer. It's quite bulky, quite stocky, but it's not a slow animal by any means. It's obviously got the adaptability to go on all fours, so it's a flexible creature. It's got long forearms, long hands, long fingers, so it can grasp and grab. You've got the ability to climb. It's got to be able to have climbed up to sort of, I guess, up surfaces that most theropod dinosaurs probably couldn't climb up. Obviously, given its weight, you can't. Obviously, you've got to keep it quite realistic. Then it had the ability to camouflage. So it had cuttlefish DNA to be able to camouflage, so it was an apex ambush predator. So most creatures would not survive an ambush attack from this thing. Not only was it a killing machine, a killing 50-foot raptor, it killed for sport. It didn't even kill to eat things. It literally killed things just because it was in its way. Now, for me, that is the next level of aggression to the Spinosaurus and the T-Rex. If anything, the T-Rex is actually quite a docile creature. Probably quite, I guess it's probably more realistic, actually, if you think about it, because it only hunts when it's hungry. It doesn't really, it's quite happy to sort of sleep and, you know, just lay down and chill out until it needs to be aggressive. So this was kind of, it went against everything that we know about the animal nature. So it is kind of the monster. It's the first monster that we kind of get, I think. I think they did follow the trend of the Spino, but they needed to make it sort of go up the factor a little bit more. Now, there was always this debate about who would win in a fight between the Spinosaurus and the Indominus, because we had the Indominus versus the T-Rex fight at the end of Jurassic World, and you know, Rexy she held her own, but if it wasn't for the for Blue helping her out, then that Indominus Rex was absolutely destroyed. I'm a Rex fanboy as well, but that Indominus absolutely destroyed her, and I think it would be exactly the same with any other theropod dinosaur, especially an apex one. Even the Giganotosaurus from Dominion, which that creature did nothing. It literally, you know, it fought for dominance when it needed to, and that was it. And the T-Rex was the bitch of the franchise again, just to show that it wasn't the biggest dinosaur on the block. But I think even with the Giganotosaurus, I think this Indominus Rex would absolutely destroy that as well. Because the thing is, with the Indominus, it has the capability of climbing. So I think if the because of the grasping hands, it can climb on its back, it can bite, it has the strength. The thing is, this thing has the strength of a T-Rex, the size of a Giga, and the anatomy of a raptor. It is like the perfect killing machine. It's also bulletproof. So its scales are made of like the same stuff probably crocodiles have on the skins on the outside. So this thing is like pretty indestructible. Now, fans can say what they want. They can put these creatures up against each other, because if you might be a Spinosaurus fan, if you are, that's fine. But I'm sorry, but this Spinosaurus is not beating the Indominus Rex in a fight. Never. I don't even know in what scenario the Spinosaurus could beat the Indominus Rex. Can't talk. The Indominus Rex. Let me think. In water. There you go. I'll give you one time. It might beat it. It might beat it in water, because it's not an aquatic animal. But outside the water, no. The Indominus Rex it matches it for size. It matches it for strength. It's got forearms that can grasp and grip. It's bulletproof, so it can take a hell of a lot of damage, and it's heavy. It's a big, heavy, stocky built animal. So that is why I think the Indominus Rex is the best and biggest apex predator that we've got in Jurassic World and Jurassic Park, including both films, in both sagas, I should say. So I'm going to finish there, because I have been talking for a little while, but I'd love to know what your thoughts are, because I'm just a fan, just talking rubbish about dinosaurs, and I'd love to know what you guys think. So you tell me, do you agree? Which theropod apex do you prefer? Which one do you think is the biggest and the best one? Not the biggest, but the best. Which theropod do you think is the best one and the most apex? But I'm sorry, but for me, Indominus wins probably 9 times out of 10 in all battles. So, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please click the notification bell down below. And we'll see you for another video next time. Only one thing left to say. Life will find a way. Bye-bye.